What's up, everybody? Hey, Viking. Hey, Josiah. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh my god, Emmy Beef Live. 2 days in a row. Let's go. Colonel Sanders Lovin' had to pop up. Oh yeah, Blackish. We're gonna play I Love You, Colonel Sanders. Well, this is part 2. I started it yesterday. Today we're going to continue it. And yes, I'm wearing the same shirt as yesterday. Don't talk about it. It's fine. It's fine. Did I fry some chicken? Not yet. Colonel Sanders, so far in the game, he told us the secret ingredient, and we're making some moves on him, and hopefully we're gonna start dating him. But we are like almost, I think we're exactly halfway through the game, so we're gonna play the second half of it today. He's like a himbo, right? He's very, yeah, maybe. I feel like he's very like chill and laid back, and he's just like, oh, hi. Oh, hey, you. That's Colonel Sanders' personality in this game. But yeah, welcome back to part 2 of dating Colonel Sanders. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get that chicken. We're gonna get that chicken butt. And that's canon. Oh, you know it is. You know it is. Okay. This is where we left off last time, so we're gonna just go ahead and pick back up right here. You try to get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Wait, is there supposed to be music? Oh, my computer. There we go. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mine your own wax, honey? Girl, she tried, you know? She tried. And that's all she can do. Tell them to stop acting immature, act like you're not interested in them, but really try to get a closer look. Honestly, that's probably what I would do in real life, so let's act like we're not interested, but really try to get a closer look. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something, not murder, mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, aren't you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. Wow. Their insults are so bad. I do not know how I feel about this. Feel good about it, Viking. Once you see Colonel Sanders, you're gonna fall in love, okay? Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. I don't know what that means, but I trust her. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it is they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book I found last night at the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and it contains our secret. Oh, its contents are secret. It means flamboyant, confidence of style or manner. Oh, okay, well, that makes sense. You learn something new every day, even if it's from the Colonel Sanders dating game. You notice they haven't been studying Oh my god, I already can't read. We just started playing. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and now they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing! Before you can dig any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep, beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzz, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp, womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Oh my god. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders! These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not that interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of class. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Down, boy, down! Off Doppin! That command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what was up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but dream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you came to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Emmy Beef? Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, or a dog biscuit? Okay. This is a tough one. A glass of water is a glass of water. A shimmering pepper could be a trap. It could be very spicy. We don't know what kind of pepper it is. And a dog biscuit seems like it's more Sprinkles kind of thing. This is a tough one. I wonder how much do KFC employees love the Colonel? Not as much as us, that's for sure. I don't know. Well, maybe they start working at KFC because they love him so much. I'm gonna go with the pepper. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way. So naturally, you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. Oh no, this is gonna be bad. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend! Ooh! Oh yeah, if you weren't here last time, this is the kid that died in the last episode. This guy again. I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh! You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine. I'll work through. To fulfill the prophecy, you must... You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Aw, man. That kid died in the last episode and he's been trying to get revived and we're just not helping him at all. He died from... Oh yeah, he ate an octopus that wasn't cooked properly. So it was poisonous. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competition cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time, step up and tell them you're on. I'm kind of interested in this competition, so you're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Emmy Beef. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer. Just then, a huge red light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Ow! I stand corrected. The hard way builds... The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure. Now it's my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you had made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? That's wrong. Oh crap. What were you thinking? I don't know. I panicked. I don't even know what I picked. What were you thinking, Emmy Beef? Get your head in the game. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he say he used? 11. That's right. You might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Oh my god. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. Okay, I thought I was going to have only 10 seconds to answer all the questions, so I panicked on the first one, but I think I have 10 seconds to answer like one question at a time, so I can take my time. Oh, what state of mind offers the most flavor? Trust? I don't know. That's wrong. I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog, and it's never the wrong time for some dog jokes. Oh god. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy, so where does it come from? I don't know. That's right. Yay! A small town where dreams are born. I think that's what I picked. That's right. This is your shot and you're not gonna miss it. Oh! You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Bubbling? That's wrong. Okay, well, that's... How could I not have known? Don't make me get the spray bottle. Is this the end? Yep. Game... Oh my god, I died. I don't know anything. I'm not the cooking champion. Okay, let's get back to the quiz. Oh my god, we died. We gotta get to that again and retry. I wonder if it'll be the same questions. Now I know the answers. Maybe. It always boils 100... Wait, I didn't even see that option last time. 100 degrees Celsius? That's right, but how would you have even gotten into the school without knowing that? I didn't get into the school. I'm playing a game. You don't look like someone who loves the Colonel. He's my man's! How dare you! You're gonna need to season this cook. Okay. 11 herbs and spices, we know that. What state of mind? Okay, so it's not trust. Let's go with vigilance? That's wrong. Okay. I guess it's... What was it? Gratitude. Oh yeah, small town where big dreams are born. Are these all like things that are in KFC commercials or something? I don't know the KFC lore. What is the sound of... Sizzling? Wrong? Okay, so silence is the sound of success. What? So it's a trick question. The sound of success is there isn't a sound. You notice the Colonel out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Emmy Beef. Oh my god. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you're doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to fill the... Ah! You're stranded on a desert island with a dessert cookbook. What do you take? What a hunk! I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forgot the question. Wait. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into the stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Ah, yikes! Bzz. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have hands, but Emmy Beef does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. Why is he always so wise? When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough. Before it's overmixed. Emmy Beef, no! But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Handers. Bro, I'm trying to read too fast and I can't do it. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. No! He's disappointed. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Ah, that's too bad. And here I am with my completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Emmy Beef's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you could at least tell us what you prepared? Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was gonna ask Emmy Beef to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you find a delicate fried cheese. Oh, this is her talking. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelee. Gelee? Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you! As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. Dough? Was that Canadian? Does KFC serve dessert over there? Oh, what does it serve? I've only had KFC one time, like 10 years ago. So I don't know. I should eat it now that I'm playing this game, but I don't know KFC's menu, unfortunately. All I know is they got fried chicken and biscuits and mashed potatoes. I'm just gonna internalize the rage that I feel. That's always a good idea. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash. They fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. No! My eyebrows! They have popcorn chicken and fried chicken pizza. Fried chicken pizza. That might be good. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine! Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school. Incredibly handsome. Successful. Motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. Polar bear! Hello, hello! Instead of dough, it's a slab of fried chicken. Wait, what? It's pizza, but instead of bread, it's fried chicken? So, and then it has pizza toppings on top of fried chicken? feel like that can't be true. That can't be right. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. Obstetrician. I don't even know what that means. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight, and I lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rival. He survived, for a while anyhow. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. What in the world is Fever Dream of game? This game is called I Love You, Colonel Sanders, and it's a Colonel Sanders dating game. I'm trying to get this man's, you know? I'm trying to date him. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money could deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone into something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle-scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster! Borgo? It is I! I know I said I wouldn't be back, but after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually wanted to go to this school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever. But I was still a student. Until one day, some mean kids with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spell book? Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I'll be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of my life. And maybe together, I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Oh, his hideaway. A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Oh my god. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish I've been tinkering with. Trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish he might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? I gotta tell him now. Plus, I'm in his house. We're getting close with Colonel Sanders. Snacky John, hey, how you doing? Alright, let's reveal it. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the night of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. Doing okay? Can I ask something? Yes, you can, of course. You could offer to make it more, but it seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. Is he gonna steal my coleslaw recipe? Is it okay if I chill in here? Of course it is. Always welcome to chill in here. The perfect chilling spot, and this is a good chilling stream. 100% gonna steal it. But Colonel is such an honest man. He wouldn't do such a thing. You realize that now would be a perfect time to do some snooping. Oh my god, the baby photo. The baby photo, he's bald with the chicken wing. Oh my god. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Oh, I want to see his baby photo. Oh my god. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and the mustache combo he sports, you figure this must be Colonel Sanders himself. Wow. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? Let's take a look at this candle. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's redacted. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color, it's actually made of spun silver. Oh, what's in here? You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. No, he's gonna come back in and see me do this. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. Now is the moment to make a big move. Oh crap. You tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth. Oh no! Wait, this is a tough decision. I feel like it's too soon to make the big move. We're only on day 2. Fess up and tell the truth. He might think that's weird. Maybe I should just say I'm cold. But he's an honest man, so he would like it if I told the truth. No, I'm not gonna tell him the truth. I'm gonna say I'm cold. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? I'm back. What did I miss? I tried on his jacket while he was gone, and he came back to see me wearing it, so I lied and said I was cold, and that's why I put it on. And now he's telling me to come sit by him by the fireplace. Suddenly, everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're gonna cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Emmy Beef? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! Wow, what a fun dream! You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Redacted. In some jurisdictions, redacted isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous! My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Bruh! Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Take him down a peg, or I'm gonna flatter him because I love him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I have been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something bad happened to you. It's okay, But now it turns out you're fine. I can totally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date! I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say shush house? As if that's a thing people just say? What is that even referring to? And no, I'm really not sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection was wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you one up right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You got some nerve, Emmy Beef, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. It doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Emmy Beef, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about your food. Oh, wait. It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Emmy Beef. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Emmy Beef. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out a spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa! That's that book! It looks like bad news. It's just something I found laying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it really weren't powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Can't you just do something else? Like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger. Okay, fine. It is drastic. But desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. I don't want to forget Colonel Sanders. We're getting close to becoming an item. I'm not gonna let that just go away. I'm not doing the spell. You take your friend's advice. Oops, I just knocked over my Wi-Fi router. I hope it doesn't disconnect. Don't shut off my internet. Okay, I think we're good. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. We better wait to see what happens. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you never to come back here, Terrence! I will destroy you, Terrence! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied with that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, MBB, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see... But before he can get any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by a sad whimpering coming from the back of the classroom. I told you to save it for after class. But I miss you. We went on one date, Pop. How can you miss me when I'm right here? Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam. Every time I blink, you go away again. That's a really cute thing to say. Miriam, what happened between you and Pop? I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in. Oh, so that's what you meant by shush house. Pop, we went on one date. We're over. And it meant so much to me that I made this for you. Oh God. Too hurt to go on arguing, Pop leaves his, creation behind and runs out of the room. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay? I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not gonna saddle up with Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us, and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today or tomorrow or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. I bet the Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off Van Van and the supposed Man-Man and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Emmy Beef's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Emmy Beef, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Ignore it like there was no sound at all, or fess up about your practice dish. I can't let it burn in the oven. Plus, I trust Colonel Sanders. I'm gonna fess up. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, except that... Wait. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up to the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese, plus the pot pie you've been practicing, are just the dishes that will push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes, per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe, fried chicken. The intensity in the room is at a full 10 out of 10, with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool, special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Baster Blaster. Baster, what? Van Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out to the back door. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use some kind of dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's most certainly evil magic? No! Colonel Sanders said, doing things the easy way turns out to be the much, much harder way. And doing things the hard way is the easy way. We're doing it the hard way. We're not doing any evil magic. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Emmy Beef. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Emmy Beef, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food? Short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient! However, she doesn't know that you lied about the secret ingredient. Oh no! She doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve. I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Huh, well, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles into a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell you a very long and involved story. You don't know where exactly they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know if you could ever win. Give up and drop out of culinary school? Of course I'm gonna have to summon extra power from deep down within myself. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Emmy Beef, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and it can't be served. Don't worry, dear Emmy Beef. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese and time is almost up, so you're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds the delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. Seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! Sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now! Let me guess. Did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from this challenge, seeing as he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say it's not the worst prank in all UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Oh, you wait to hear. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. But we'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. That teeny tiny Naruto maki I spy afloat in its itsy bitsy bowl. Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal had been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a big hug. Thank you, Emmy B, for helping me believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made Uni over smooth egg custard in Axhewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. Being a bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof! Please be gentle with my cuisine. Ugh. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ouch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this, it keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour! Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be on display. Don't eat the food? At a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Emmy Beef? I told you it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. You didn't realize that I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted. But don't breathe too hard, you might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it simply cannot be judged. You're disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you! And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs! What began as a delicious bowl of mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a little drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes in the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you've passed. Everyone passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they get better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assessment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking area, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He's totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From now on, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up in the talking spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who would command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat, a crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Miriam, will you be my lady king? What an incredible turn of events. An offer to join the royal family. It's like a dream come true. You'll get to be a princess. Or maybe a queen? I'm not sure if he even knows, but either way, crowns and gowns, baby. I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I've got so much to do with my life. A twist on a twist. So many more 3-day universities to attend. So many tiny foods to meticulously sculpt and then watch get accidentally blown away in a single sneeze. Okie doke. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not just enough to give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man. Wait, by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? Question mark? No, it's not the end! As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Emmy Beef, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Emmy Beef. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Emmy Beef, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end! What? Okay, so we earned Colonel Sanders' love, but we did not earn his respect as a chef. That's a win in my book, honestly. You know what? We don't need to be business partners. We just need to be in love. That's all I needed. At least I got the mans. I got the mans, but I didn't get the business side. That's okay. That's okay. Alright, guys. Thank you for coming and watching me play. I love you, Colonel Sanders. What a ride. What a wild ride it has been. If you made it to the end of this video, you're a real one. I got links below in the description for my Twitch channel. I have an art club if you like monthly art stickers sent to you. I have an art shop. Also, I have social medias, Instagram and all that, and Discord for announcements and updates and everything. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! I'm gonna end now. Thank you guys for watching. I'm not gonna raid out, I'm just gonna end. And I will be live again tomorrow. We will probably continue Resident Evil, so I will see you guys tomorrow for more Resident Evil. Okay, bye guys!